Hola, Splendidos. It's Andy. I'm at Cannes Island in Leipzig for the Millionaires Club Comic Festival. Let's go inside and check it out. So the Millionaires Club is an annual event held across town from the massive Leipzig Book Fair, which have a more commercialized comic fair of their own. This festival celebrates zines, independent publishing, other graphic and print mediums. They have guest speakers from other countries who discuss things as diverse as workers' rights, sexism in the comic industry, the rise of risograph printing. They have a market where you can flip through books and meet with authors who are happy to discuss their work with you. Besides sequential art, you can also find books of all manner of print and design, also posters. Many types of materials are represented. It's also a popular networking location for artists and illustrators in the independent publishing spheres. Cannes Island is a cultural center in the Konnewitz neighborhood in Leipzig, and it's a long-time, well-known meeting place for left ideas and for pop culture and subculture and for youth. Its history does include being a center for the Hitler Youth and then later for the Free German Youth in the former East Germany. Today they have this skate park here. They're a self-governing cultural center with multi-purpose facilities and active event halls promoting culture. We were lucky enough to catch Georgy Eliev discussing comics in Russia.
Cities really far away from each other, and that kind of isolates you from the other country, the other world. And what is even more bad, that people just for some reason can't communicate with each other, like do some stuff together. It is very important to have some activity, some uniting activity in the center of the country, because everything usually happens in Moscow or St. Petersburg. So if you do something in the center, like in Siberia, it's good. You can like have people coming from both sides, and it's not really expensive for them to travel to your event. We've made the Russian editions of Klaus by Richard Short and Phoenix by Zani Slimesha. There is not much independent, really cool works published in Russian language, so I decided we need to bring more weird comics in Russian, because not a lot of people can read German or English. I've been contacted by very famous feminist illustrator from Moscow, and she wanted to join the show, to visit Tumen, to make a workshop, to see the people, like have a talk with them. I think that example of doing comics together like inspired people to like they realized that there is a lot of people, creative people around, and you can practice with them any kind of art you want.
I stopped by some tables to chat with some of the artists about their work.
My name's Fred. My name's Don. And together we're King Louis Lab. Yeah, we got it here. Good job.
You guys are from London?
Yeah, we're from London. We're coming to America. Yeah, we did North American tour like 2019, like full, like just get our comics out there. Yeah, it's good. Like every time you go, say like in the worst scenario, you only sell one comic. Like just having one person who otherwise would never have read it, reading it, is just the best thing. Yeah. Plus we can get like our drip, like this is the t-shirt. Yeah. We've got the bandana, like get the drip, like people wearing it. Like, we try and get everyone to like tell us what they bought, that sort of thing. Also, sometimes they like pick up the book, they laugh at one bit, they don't laugh at another bit, and then you just like learn over time what works, what doesn't.
I'm here with Charlie, who is an artist for Sputnik Cat Publishing House in Moscow.
This is one of the most popular but tiny events, and we have a market here. We sell our works, and this is a great place to meet new artists. I was raised on classic art. This is my those are my roots. I just draw with paper. I feel it and I love it, and it's better for expressing emotions because it just has its own life and way of being. So it's what you want to achieve, more controlled media or something that can have its own life.
Mm-hmm. Maybe ask you, how are comics in the hierarchy of art in Russia? Are they considered sort of a diminished art form, or they're very highly regarded?
Well, they're starting to climb the ladder, I would say. Just recently, maybe 5 years, we started to have more publishing houses, and they concentrate on comics more, but it's still very young, and a lot of people don't know what to do with it, or people don't know how to read them even. The fun part is I was going to apply for fine art instead of illustration, but whether fine art, you just throw it out there and you don't care how people are going to perceive it or what they're going to think. And illustration is more like caring about that communication and trying to say something. And for me, comics are a great way to say something I cannot express with my words.
The written word has borders because of languages, but
yes, exactly, because not everyone understands. It's actually why I love ballet as well. But this is a different story.
Ballet, also.
Yeah, because
so you're comparing comics with ballet?
Because they don't have words, they express everything with their bodies and exaggerate it, so just people get it 100%.
Sure.
Oh, we always have something coming up. We have Personage 4 coming out soon. We have at least 4 new books with different artists boiling up. We already have a plan and schedule, so just keep an eye on us. We're cool.
Comics is really underappreciated in Russia, and I felt like it's a medium for doing whatever you want because no one's really expecting anything from you, so you're basically free to express yourself. When you're drawing comics or doing design or anything using that requires you to work alone in your home, this is really important to get out of the house and visit the shows, visit the festival, visit different people. We're now talking, it's my first time in Germany, and I'm so excited because there was a lot of people that showed up at my table, and we had some great conversations, and that feels amazing because that helps me to get out of the shell and be more open and learn more. When you're investing in your works, in your own stuff, which doesn't mean the immediate response or immediate money or salary or steady job or anything like that. It's really inspiring and aspiring for me to get some help from people around, because it means to me that what I'm doing is important and other people seeing the value in what I'm doing. And I think that's even more important for me than when I'm putting out a new book or a new comic. The social response is more important for me.
I returned to the studio with the discharge papers in hand. A terrible sight awaited me. It smelled of wet feathers and burnt celluloid. The animators had built little forts from which they shot at the colorists with blowguns.
And you're from Mallorca, you live there now?
Yeah, I spent a long time away and then I came back 5 years ago, kind of wanting to bring back all these things I learned and start a bit of an alternate underground graphic scene there too.
Okay.
So I started a festival there, I did this project there.
What's your festival?
Tropicana Dreams. The first event I went to, this kind of event, was Crack Festival in Rome in 2009, I think it was. Yeah, 10 years ago. And I was a bit lost, studying fine arts in the art school and everything, and then I suddenly discovered this scene. It's usually comic oriented, but there's also always space for expanded drawing and comic, and that's when I started printing my own comics and making my own prints. That's when I actually got into screen printing. Yeah, what's really cool about this scene is like the direct interaction we have with the people, like the way I can talk to people when they come and stuff. It's like a very special way of like talking about your art and promoting it. If you go to one, you'll probably hear about another one, and then you'll meet people that are organizing another one, and then like you get invited to take part in a zine. So folks you meet in these places, you can talk about things you can't talk about with other people that are not into this. There's a lot of uniqueness and variety that I don't see like in regular commercial comic con. Like what you find here, like different materials, different textures, different like ways of using graphic narration. I never knew if I should do illustration or fine arts, and I did fine arts because then I could get a grant and leave the island of Mallorca. That was my main goal when I was 18. I don't know, there was always been this stigma in the art schools that like illustration and like printed matter and like comic style stuff isn't like highbrow enough or something. These kind of festivals I really enjoy because like I don't have to be justifying if what I do is comic or what I do is illustration or what I do is printmaking. It's just like it's a bit of like these storytelling graphic projects. They're kind of like one of the most like characteristic things that I do right now. They aim to explain things without using words. Words are like reductive. They're like, this is what you have in your head. This is what the amount of stuff you can actually get expressed with words, and this is what people are going to understand. Drawing allows you to present information without following a timeline, without having a beginning and an end. So everything can be like all this rhizome of like concepts, and you can actually like go from one concept to the other. This way of communicating, only drawing really can actually make it work for me. It adds up to the ways, to the 1,000 ways that people can communicate. Oh, hi. Yeah. Cool. Das ist ein Teil von da, aber ein bisschen so wie.
This is one of the two main squares of Forte Prenestino. Of course, it's a spot. I don't know if I told you before, but it's a spot. It's one of the oldest in Italy. I put some images of the past edition. This is a very free festival. You can basically go and do whatever you want on the sales. It's usually in June, and I definitely suggest to everybody who is into the independent publishing world to go at least once. It's a mess. You will see it's really a mess even to find a small table. So even if you are coming by plane, please bring your own table, because otherwise you will stay like in the floor. Many independent festival spread in Italy. One of them is the Caco Festival in Bari, south of Italy. Then we have AFA in Milano. Then we have Borda Fest in Lucca. This is way, it just started 2 years ago. It's in Napoli, and it's during the Comic Con, which is a huge festival, a huge dependent festival, which is what is the opposite word of independent? It's dependent. It's official.
Leipzig has a history of amazing architecture, groundbreaking music. Like any large city, you see street musicians. Multiculturalism is very present, as you see by this gathering of Thai celebrators. But it's also known for social activism. Came up on this protest against Article 13. These orange flags are for the Pirate Party of Germany, and the purple ones you'll see are for Volt Europa. My host while I was there, a German gentleman called Mirko, was telling me that 30 years ago he was marching on these same streets, chanting many of the same chants, searching for more freedom from press censorship and more freedom to express himself. And he told me it felt like going back in time to the days right before the fall of the Berlin Wall.
Like, is what you want to achieve, like more controlled media or something that can have the same life.
Just that King Louis lab, that is going to be fat, it's going to be so big, like global. So
We've got some like big things coming this summer as well. We've got like one like Ballet Club, one like Peter Plane, and then one more after that. That was secret.
Yeah, that's so many comics.
My art name is Carles God, how is G-O-D, because my surnames, that's how you do the acronym of my surnames.
Wittycat.com. We have interviews with artists we work with, so it's also a nice read.
I'm representing the comics community named Space Cow Press. So, yeah, nice to meet you.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to the first installment of Euro Splendor. I have the Barcelona video coming out right on his heels. I just need to finish up the English subtitles for that. And also some cool content from Linz, Austria I want to get up very soon as well. Next weekend, I'm off to Athens. So Euro Splendor is in full effect. So please sub to the channel so you don't miss any of those videos. I'm also raising funds on Indiegogo to try to get to 23 events this spring and summer in 17 countries. So if you'd like to support Euro Splendor with some dollars, then you can do so at Indiegogo. Please share the video and the crowdfunder with your friends and your enemies. And check out www.eurosplendor.eu for photos from all the events we visit, as well as my travel schedule. And until next time, stay splendid.